All right, so we have Esther and Sarah up first with baking.
Which arrow is it?
Okay, hang on just a sec. We don't have Sarah's head. Okay, there you go, girls. It's all you.
Okay, for this year's Genius Hour project, we did baking by me, Sarah Gunn, and Esther Butler.
No?
No.
It's supposed to be like a dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's see what's this one. No. Kaden, do you have any ideas? No? Hey, hang on 1 second.
Look at a lot. This is an amazing presentation so far. You guys are doing great.
I really love the background.
The trees.
Do you bake in the woods?
Yes, obviously.
Obviously.
He doesn't bake in the woods though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see all these facts.
Yeah.
The presentation is awesome. It's just one slide. That's all it was on.
It's all we need.
Yeah.
The reason it's not okay is because there's only one slide. Okay.
This is not good, guys.
No. I wonder if we can any other.
All right, try to hit numlock.
Numlock?
Like the numlock button. Let's see. Oh no, this is different. So it doesn't have that.
That's how far it was.
All right, Brad is on his way.
Yeah.
You just have to have it,
Oh, sorry. All right.
that should be good.
No way.
We're good.
I don't even know what you
Now
did.
you're good.
Hey, Brad.
So if you click over there,
Yeah.
then it knows it's on that
Oh,
program.
gotcha.
Thank you.
Pretty cool.
Okay, reboot. Start over.
Okay, for this year's Genius Hour, we did baking by me, Sarah Gunn, and Esther Butler.
Why baking? We chose baking because we wanted to become better bakers, develop a lifelong skill, and make delicious sugary stuff. We also had a lot of fun, and I would rate it a 5 stars, definitely would repeat again. And our motivation never wavered because we are making really yummy food. And this, there,
That was
a photo of the cake we made. It's a chocolate vanilla cake with raspberry filling and a vanilla bean frosting.
Okay, so some learning moments. We learned the main things we took away from this were time management and communication because those two things played a very key part in this project. And then our lesson learned was by improving our planning because mainly me would forget we had a meeting that week. So then my parents wouldn't know to drive me or to buy the ingredients, so then we'd have wasted a whole week on making something. And then we wanted to make more items because we sadly didn't reach our original goal.
Sorry. There we go.
And then our dedication and our willingness to try new things is what pushed us through and got us to the end of this project. And then time management we can use throughout schooling and jobs for the rest of our life. And then that over there is a picture of the creme brulee we made.
When I have to admit somebody new to the meeting, it takes us off your screen and then I have to get you back. Oh, and there's someone else.
Okay, our original objectives. Sadly, as Sarah said before, we failed. Our goal was to make 15 things. We only made 13 because of both of us were really busy between cross country, tennis, soccer, and just life in general. And we also didn't plan that well. Sometimes we forgot, or sometimes we just didn't plan. And I wouldn't change your project. I think we had a really good idea. I think the only problem was we didn't plan quite as well as we could have. Oh, and that's a photo of the peach pie we made, the top one, and the bottom one was lemon meringue pie.
Okay, so some of our tracks were the creme brulee, tiramisu, and baklava, which we think came out the best and tasted the best. And then we didn't think that we'd make any of them because we both thought they were going to be really hard in the beginning. But it turns out they're actually pretty easy to make, and they both tasted very, very well. And then our success is that we stayed on top of the cookbook and that we baked regularly, so we didn't fall behind in the process of anything. And then the top picture is a picture of the baklava, and then the bottom one is of the tiramisu.
Would we continue this project? I would say a yes, because we both really enjoy baking. And it's a well-known fact that homemade treats taste a lot better than store-bought ones. I personally have a passion for trying new recipes every time, and I think Sarah does as well. So I love making new things. So throughout the project, it wasn't hard our motivation never wavered, and we always were looking forward to the next time we got to bake. This is a photo of the chocolate donuts we made.
And then our results, we did make a cookbook, and inside the cookbook had all of our recipes of what we made, and it also had little tweaks if we added something just about the recipe, and then also had pictures of what everything looked like. And then I think we became better bakers in the end, because it definitely expanded our recipes that we could make, so now either one of us could make any of the dishes we did, just at home for fun. And then my highlight was probably making the tiramisu and the creme brulee, because I think those tasted the best.
My highlight was making the baklava because I had never used phyllo pastry before, and it was really cool using it and layering it all and just trying such a unique dessert.
And then that's a picture of Esther frosting our giant wedding cake.
Thank you.
Any questions?
And if any of our parents have a question, feel free to unmute yourself. All right, well, I have a, go ahead.
What was your favorite recipe?
Tiramisu.
The Krispy Kreme donuts,
Why?
because they were really yummy.
How did you cook Krispy Kreme donuts? Did you actually cook them in oil?
Yeah, we tried them.
Nice. Do you have a fryer or did you use?
We just used a pot.
Yeah.
All right, great job, girls. Thank you.
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Hello. When can we get? Where and when can we get your cookbook?
Well, it's pretty much done, so we'll just print it, and then it should take like
A week or two?
a week or two to send, and then we can get one to you.
Great.
How many recipes did you guys do?
13.
Where and when can we get samples?
I mean,
If you want, you should,
we could make something,
yeah.
possibly.
That's a good idea. You said it was easy. It looks hard. Those things with lots of layers, like the baklava and the tiramisu and the wedding cake, all look difficult to make.
Well, they took time, but they weren't really hard.
Just time consuming, but we're masters now.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Congratulations.
All right, up next we have Colton. Colton, come find your dish over here first.
Right there, if that counts.
Is it open? Oh, there we go. It's being slow, it's still loading. Everybody at school trying to load all theirs today.
Really that way, it was all going peaceful.
Whoops, hang on, let me let somebody in first. All right, hang on, folks at home, it's still loading. I'll let me drag it over. It's still loading. Is it really long?
It's like 8 slides.
There we go, now they're rolling. Ugh. All right, we have 6 of 8 slides loaded, folks. We're almost there.
Sometimes it's better to open the file, and you open the file instead of online. It would be faster on me that way.
How come it won't let me? There we go.
There's 2 cookies right in there.
Now does it have them on?
I'm not sure.
Let's see what it'll let me present.
We'll just cross our fingers.
It says one of the.
Because it says read only, it won't let me click present. Colton, am I on the button?
You're on the button. Well,
Yeah, you're on it.
What's it say up top?
I think you should open it up in PowerPoint instead of
It
online.
says read only, sorry, this presentation can't be edited now, please be open.
But where it says presenting, okay, maybe we need to go get started.
How about just open it on the PowerPoint app, it's faster.
So how do you do that from here?
You have to files.
Colton, what's yours called? Where's it at?
See,
And
comments.
you click on that, you press open on the PowerPoint app instead of just open online. And there should be something with that, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, open.
See, I'm taking off the accident of you guys for my project.
The site is trying to open PowerPoint. Okay, we hope it's trying.
Everyone's doing PowerPoint at the same time.
All right, we might need to then get Brad again.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Which class is it?
He's just floating, so. Unless anybody has any other ideas.
Well, it says to reopen it to try it.
Well,
Again, so.
let me try that. I'll just.
That from, wait, can you click on,
Hang on, let's do it over here so we can see each other.
can you click on view option and see if you can.
What did we do? It keeps saying it's loading and won't let us start it. Oh, well, when I tried that, it just did nothing, so you got farther than me.
Nice.
Christopher.
Magic.
You're
It's
like,
my classroom, so.
you're like Taylor
So look how many we have open now. Let's close all the ones we don't.
I think you're good, Colt.
Okay.
Yay. All right, welcome, Colton.
Hi, I'm Colton Thomas, and my team sour project was baking. My original motivation was, to like be a better baker, and my motivation did waver towards the end. I sort of just got a little bored with it, and then how I got back on track was getting really stressed out with this presentation. I would not pursue this project again because I would like to learn something new and something different. Learning moments. My most important learning moment was probably when, like, you actually used math in real life. How did I know this? I knew this because every time I went to go and bake, I would use math every time with the fractions. And no, nothing different. And then my results was a cookbook with 20 recipes in it. It had pictures in it, and it had little tips here and there on how to do it. And then the future, I would not continue this project. Original objectives. My original objective was to make a 20 recipe cookbook. And then I did meet them. I made 20 recipes. I made each for like each different meal, like some for breakfast, some for lunch, some for dinner, and some for dessert. This was definitely a hit, I think, because I think I actually did very well on this project. What got in my way is mostly my dance. I would have dance competitions on the weekend, and I would never really have time to bake. So then I would just bake during the week. Well, my most challenging moments was again my dance competitions, because it's like all weekend, and sometimes we were in Seattle, so it was really hard to bake. So then I mostly did it during the week, or I would double up on the weekends, which is 2 recipes on the weekend. And then my solution was that, and then changes, triumphs, my reasons for succeeding. So I actually think I did very well with this project. I did like brownies, waffles, pancakes, grilled cheese, and tomato soup, and some more. And I took pictures of all. I just took the best pictures that I thought were the best for the future. I would not continue this project because I would like to learn something new and something different. Thank you for listening. Any questions? Yes.
What was your favorite item to cook, and what was your hardest item to cook?
I think my favorite item to cook was the, I really liked all of them. I think I really liked the brownies the most, actually. And my hardest item to cook was the Belgian waffles.
How come?
Because you need to like whip the egg whites, and that takes a long time, and then do the brownie batter, and fold it in. It's just a lot of work.
That does sound like a lot of work. I don't even know what that means. How did you choose which recipes you were gonna do?
Oh, I sort of just knew because I really just liked the food that I ate, so I wanted to try and make it in my way.
Is somebody else in your family a good cook that helped you, or?
So my mom was my mentor because she grew up because her dad owned a bakery. So they grew up baking, like doing chores in the bakery. So my mom was my mentor.
Very cool. What other questions do we have?
Colton, are there any recipes?
Go ahead.
Colton, are there any recipes you wanted to try you were not able to try?
Yeah, definitely the harder ones. Yeah.
Like which one?
Oh, like the tiramisu, I really wanted to try that one.
Why do you want to try it, and why didn't you try it?
Because I thought it looked really yummy, and then in the end, I really didn't have enough time to do it.
other thing.
Wait, you weren't trying.
Yeah, she's left.
We'll sign up the last. I know some projects I do.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I know what plans.
You know my drawer?
Hi.
Good morning.
I know what we means. That means yes.
Oh, good job.
Good job.
Alright.
Hopefully this thing works though, you know, for 10 hours.
It's in.
I just need to download this real quick.
Oh, I thought you already did that.
I got it.
How's everybody's morning?
Not slowly.
How long is it?
Oh, it shouldn't take that long.
You had to download something real quick.
I've downloaded this, I don't know how many times, so I know what to say.
How long does it take to download?
It's done. Okay, I'm gonna drag it over to the big screen so everybody can see.
Yeah, I just let it, I can do the Roblox app again, so that I can. Is there a way that I can like duplicate the screen so I can see it on here too?
You're supposed to say that.
I don't think so, I think we need to do it over here. But you can use the other keyboard, so you can sit over there and see.
It's really hard to play with just mouse pad, whatever. If it'll load.
Just at least introduce your project.
Yeah, do you want to start your slideshow when you're waiting for it to load?
Alright. It's probably gonna start working as soon as the meeting.
Wait, I don't think we need that one over there, just your.
I'm not sure what is going on.
Okay.
It's split into two windows.
Okay, well, can you pull that one back? There you go. And then go down here to get yours. Or what, did you open it now?
I don't know what's going on right now.
Okay, let me see.
Opens it
There. There we go, and then do present.
It says
Of course,
that's.
yep.
I don't think it, I think some of my slides didn't save too, because I checked them before the project and it looked like.
So if we hit an arrow, will it one come up? So do you have any slides in there?
Yeah, I had like
So
6, 7.
Internet. How long do we have until this is open?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Alright.
I think most of the time is gonna be getting the power.
Agreed.
It's mine is like 2 minutes.
Do you have any ultra text skills that will make this load? Do you think ultra text skills will make this load?
So do you think it's not loaded, or do you think your slides are?
No,
not
I
loaded?
don't know.
I have all
I know
the
just
slides
enough
in there.
technology to be dangerous.
Let me see real quick.
So you're not the only one who's having trouble getting things to load. I think the bandwidth is least, right?
Yeah, I think so too,
Everybody's
on and it's taking 10 times as long. So every slide though looks blank.
Show me how to do that first. It doesn't really, my cousins, doesn't working.
They were all there, but once I took it, it all was black.
Hold on.
No. I have control. Who can be control? I don't have control now.
I
Control it all.
Well, I have control now. I can do whatever I want. I can't be control.
I like that.
I like doing whatever.
Not how it works.
It should not be taking this long to join, or
Well, this is a new thing.
Go to your
Oh, she's gone. You're wearing mama's shoes.
Yeah, cool.
Did you at least ask?
Right, okay. It's not just our room that's having issues, so we brought in an expert.
So you're trying to show what?
so I'm trying to share the presentation and my game, but the presentation is just all black, and,
Where's the presentation?
We haven't moved over to the.
Oh, there?
yeah, see, it's just all black.
Show me where it is. I don't see where the presentation is.
It's on the,
No, from where did you capture your presentation?
it's,
Would that be good time to use?
Drag it onto that thing.
Yeah, try to get back over.
I can't.
You're golden.
Tammy, can I use the restroom?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Back in parents' waiting.
I wonder if we should just close it and reopen it.
Show me the one moment. This one.
Oh, my game loaded.
What is that? Is that like a alien weird person thing? Why do you want to do anything with that alien weird person?
I wonder if we put too much drain on it by having tried to run the game and PowerPoint at the same time.
I can put them in.
Thank you. Actually, will you be in charge of that, so I don't have to keep clicking over, because then that takes the power away from the presenter.
That doesn't say organization, but you should do that.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, has all watched those?
The movie Dead End.
He did?
Yeah, wait, who's in the meeting?
My grandparents are watching this. I didn't know.
So my mom's mom, my dad's dad, my dad, I think that's my, no, that's someone, that's my mom. And
Oh,
then
that's Bryson's parents.
Bryce's parents, okay, cool. There's Thomas.
Who's Nancy's honey now? That's so
Oh, there you go.
And then my
Okay,
mom.
thank you so much.
Maybe let me change something so this does not lag.
Oh. Kaden. 9 o'clock.
So I'm like, here,
To introduce yourself and what your presentation.
all right, so my name is Kaden Henderson, and I created a game on Roblox for my Genius Time project. And I chose this project because
If you go down to the bottom, yeah.
So I made a game on wanted to learn how to script, which is the main point of the project, learn how to script. Can't really remember my script because not all my slides. And so I used Roblox Studio to build the game, which is how everybody makes a game on Roblox. It can be really complicated and annoying sometimes, and so with lots of issues. I also had to try and learn how to script, which is really complicated. But luckily, there were already some scripted pieces that you could use to like teleport yourself to another game. I had some issues, and I used free models, which I'm not good enough to make like my own big models, so I used free models from like the Roblox Studio catalog thing, which are just things that people have already made themselves and are basically putting up for other people to use. And I had to learn scripting, or at least a little bit. So some of my issues were free models don't want to work a lot of times. Moving objects can also be really weird. Like I have to turn off collisions and like move around and then turn the collisions back on so your character can't just walk through. And it was really annoying. And the scripting was really annoying. Down here is a picture of the script, which, as you can see, is pretty complicated, but there was a part which was already scripted, so all I had to do was copy the game ID from the game that I wanted to teleport it to and paste it into the object, which already had put the script in there, and it would just teleport me to that game, which I can show you. Might take me a minute to get there. So I did not think about getting over here before starting this presentation.
Did you create that character, Kaden?
Yeah, this is my avatar. Or not. So this boat should be working to let me drive or sail over to the next island, but it doesn't seem to want me to. Maybe do I have to turn up the graphics quality or something? Well, anyway, I've got this island over here, which has a teleporter on it, and if I go through the teleporter, it should teleport me to my next game. Am I taking up too much time?
No, you're good.
All right. As I get here, it starts to lag more, so let me turn down my graphics quality.
Did you design the island and all of that, or does it?
These are free models, but I think it would have been easy if I just wanted to put time into making the island. I didn't really want to do that, but I like. And I've got a block wall over here, and so there is a little blue brick, which is one of the scripted parts that I was talking about. It's kind of hidden under these because I forgot to make these anchored so all of the vines fell off the rocks. But if I step on this blue pad, my game will freeze, and it'll start teleporting me to my next game.
What did you do with the scripting? Like, since you free model already, what did you make to make your project better?
Well, I built all of the terrain, like, in the first game, I built, like, the terrain with the house on it and stuff. Like, in this game, I built all of the terrain, with the load. So, here, load. The terrain's always kind of weird whenever you first get into the game. If I grab this, I can fight the zombies. So, there's a bunch of houses and stuff.
Designed all that part of it.
Yeah, I designed all the terrain with like the little lake right here. There's gathering area. I need to add more weapons to the game because I forgot that this game is supposed to be multiplayer and get around the zombies without them attacking. So there's another boat which will hopefully work this time.
And is that a piece that you designed as well?
I didn't design the boat, this is a free model, but the boat seems to want to work this time. So I can drive the boat over here. I put arrows in the water so that people can see where they need to go. Right here. And there's another one of these to teleport me to the game. So in a minute, my game should freeze and I should be teleported to the next game. And if it doesn't want to work, I'll just join the next game.
Do you have more on your slideshow presentation to go through, Colton? Kaden.
I don't have any more slides because, as I said before, not all of the slides wanted to save for some reason.
Anybody have any other questions for Kaden?
How long did it take you to do it? Like, did you work on it for an hour or something, or have to do it?
Well, I worked on it probably like 30 minutes or something every day. And obviously I think it's kind of days, not Mondays.
Is it something that you would want to continue working on?
Maybe if I wanted to put more time into learning, I could do like really big scripts and stuff.
Is it like, do you have challenges in Roblox? It seems like you just walk.
What?
In Roblox for the challenges, 'cause to me it looked like you just walked the whole time. Like, what's the goal being?
Well, the game is, I don't really know how to script to get like a whole end to it, but it's basically just survive the zombies and get to the end.
Huh, interesting.
Maybe I'll put in another game that's like, I don't know, like Safe House or something.
All right, anybody else have a question for Kaden? Colton?
Is Roblox like Minecraft?
Not at all.
Okay.
Like
How is it different?
Well, I can't really join a Roblox game right now because that's not school related, but basically I'll just show you the.
You don't even show us. You just tell us.
Yeah,
Just tell us.
I'm just gonna show you.
No, just tell us. You've done
So-
plenty of showing.
There's a whole game page, and so people are able to make their own games for Roblox because Roblox is basically just a platform for people to make their own games on. There's a lot of different ones, and it's really complicated to do good scripting. Like one really popular game is Phantom Forces, which is a shooting game. I don't know how they do all that scripting. Sounds really complicated,
It's cool.
but they're really good at that, and so it's pretty cool. You can still build games and stuff and change your car.
Bryson, you are up next. We close all that because I think maybe all of that trying to load is. Do we have another guest? I heard a beep.
No, I don't.
Nope, okay. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can find it.
Put them alphabetical. So go by name, put them alphabetically. You can see even the how it starts if we just scroll down until we see. W and H. Yeah. So keep that for H. And they're taking a few minutes to load, I think, because everybody's trying to load. Oh, actually, that was better if we did it in the app, right?
Yeah, look at that.
So let's see. Oh, well, maybe it'll go faster than Esther. Beautiful. And then the clicker is right over there.
It loads.
It's moving. You know what, let's open it now. So just go and close this one, and then go back to where it was. Oh shoot, you might have closed OneDrive. Oh shoot, okay, here, let me see.
Bryson.
All right, so when we open them, you guys, let's right click and choose open in app. And I think it works faster. Maybe.
Maybe just this part will take long and then it'll automatically work once it opens.
Yes, maybe. Okay, now try. All right.
Okay, now that we got it working. Hi, my name is Bryson, and today I'm going to be talking to you about COVID streams. Okay, so COVID plus live streaming, what is that? So basically, ever since the beginning of COVID, most sports and recreational activities have been shut down, so kids aren't able to compete like they used to. But now, since these things are starting to open up again, kids are able to compete. But since, COVID is still around, parents aren't able to watch their kids. So that is why I decided to stream my sport, which is swimming. So it helps because parents are able to safely watch their kids from their houses. How did it start? So I started this so people could watch their kids participate in their sport like they used to, but from the safety of their home. We started this around when things started opening back up again around October, around then. So the original idea was very simple, just one camera, one computer. This is actually a picture of the pool. This is the very first live stream that we did. So it was just very simple, just one camera, computer, and this was all streamed to our team's Facebook page. So very simple. So the evolution. So slowly we decided, we're doing this now, we're going to start adding more stuff. So we decided to have more cameras. We started adding effects, like adding our team logo, and we started adding event listings, so we could add our events down at the bottom there. And we started adding stuff that you see more, it's more complicated. We also started doing a different sport, so I actually streamed a tennis match here at the St. George's. So the equipment that I used for the swimming is I used a Roland video switcher, which is that guy right there. I used a Sony Alpha A7 camera, which is this, that was our main camera. A backup USB camera, this was our scoreboard cameras, like that. We had a GoPro 7 and we had an Asus laptop, all streaming that to the Facebook page. These are the different camera angles we had. This is the GoPro one, since it is waterproof. We did have it pretty low to the water. We were able to see all the kids diving in. It was a pretty cool just view. And we had another one of the whole pool and then of the other end of the pool. So we also had, yeah. The final product was multiple streamed events. So we streamed, me and my dad streamed like 5 or 6 of these, our meets. And we did one tennis match here at school. We had high quality footage and we had viewer interaction where people were just commenting and saying, like, seeing their kids swim. It was just really cool to see how they were interacting with that. So what's next? So yes, I would continue this project and will continue this project because COVID is still a thing. We are just going to continue streaming the meets that we have in our home pool. So what is next? We're going to continue trying to find better cameras and increase the quality. And we also plan, I want to try to do this at different pools, maybe try and do this at other people's pools, other people's meets, and stream there as well. Questions? Esther.
How many times did you do this? Do you do it for all your home meets or? How
Pretty much all of our home meets, yeah. So over the span of this, we've had probably 6 or 7 meets at our home pool. So we'll stream all those.
That's really cool.
Colton?
Did it cost money to get all that equipment, or did you just have it laying around?
We had most of the stuff, but as we started to do more and more, we just got more equipment like the switcher, which came really handy. We were able to add effects with that.
How did the parents know about it? Did you advertise it, tell them that to do, or did you tell the children or children told adults? Or
I'm confused. What
how did they find out that you were streaming it and
Oh, well, so there's a good 200 people that are following the team's page or whatever, and we told them beforehand that we were going to be streaming the meets, and they tuned into the Facebook page and they watched it from there.
That's
Esther?
Sorry, I had another question. You seem like you really enjoyed this project. Did your dad help you with it, or how did you learn how to do all the tech stuff?
I did. When we did do the meets, he's usually running the main board for the meet that kind of controls the whole swim meet.
Yeah.
And so he kind of helped set up the cameras, and then I ran the whole thing afterwards.
But you want to continue this, you're really passionate about it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Good job, Bryson.
Thank you.
Awesome. So was your dad your mentor for this project?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Regan and Jake. What's it under? What letter? Well. Yes, it's okay. I'll do it.
So our project this year was virtual yearbook by Regan Jake.
So what we learned is we learned camera angles, how to use and find a SIM card, how to use Microsoft Photos, how to add music to Microsoft Photos, and how to get pictures from a phone to a computer and from a camera to a phone to a computer.
Did we accomplish our goals? Yes, we did. We learned how to use Microsoft Photos. We took pictures of pretty much every class besides. No, we took pictures of every class. Talking to a mentor and having a specific schedule to follow.
So the reason we wanted to do this project was to remember the, like, kind of the good times in COVID, so we don't just think back on this year, like, just as COVID. We also wanted to we kind of wanted to do a project that works with all students, and we kind of were intrigued by Microsoft Photos and kind of thought of it as a challenge and decided to take it. And we wanted to interact with teachers as well.
And distance learning students.
And exactly, kind of bring distance
Our
learning.
triumphs for getting pictures of distance learning students was them sending them to me and I could add it to Microsoft Photos. Microsoft Photos was a big one because it's basically our whole project. The SIM card, getting the SIM card out of the camera and into my computer and finding all those pictures was really a good job. Pictures of practically all the faculty and collaborating with everybody.
So the things that we learned and the things that we failed on. So some of our biggest learning moments were using camera angles, Microsoft Photos, which is a continuing trend in our project, and adding audio to Microsoft Photos. Some of our biggest failures were with the SIM card. It took us months to find the SIM card, and it was in the easy spot to find in the world. We had some problems with procrastinating, and really procrastinating directly came from forgetting the camera to take pictures at the school.
Our motivation was to document this weird year, to remember it, to work on photography because we both really love taking pictures, to take pictures of the good memories, to learn about Microsoft Photos, which is really big as I've learned. And then to learn about different camera angles. My dad, who's my mentor, has talked about how to get personality and like what they do in a photo just with the angle.
And not making people one-dimensional, trying to make them
not flat.
not flat pictures.
Our mentor was my dad, Jeffrey Thomas. He helped with different camera angles, kept us on track, and
gave us like a whole calendar of stuff to do in our project.
So he's kind of the reason we actually got this done.
Yeah. So we'd like to thank Regan's dad, Jeffrey Thomas, Janie Martinez, who took pictures of all the classes that Regan and I aren't in, because we're in a ton of classes together, and she isn't in classes with us, so she can take pictures of classes we weren't in. Mr. Melka and Isa.
For picking the music,
Yes.
which was Have It All by Jason. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question. Are you guys gonna be able to share this yearbook with your classmates?
I'm gonna share it with all the seventh graders and faculty first, and yeah, it's about 6 minutes long, so.
Yeah, nice.
And I think we're gonna put it on the SGS website so we can have like, people do it and stuff that way. We're still kind of trying to work out like tiny little kinks in it so we can put it in and make it look fine and everything.
Would you continue this project again? Like, would you do it, say COVID continued again, would you like do it again if you?
I mean, I think bring one question.
It was kind of stressful, but it was fun. I'd do another picture project, maybe not the same one.
Yeah, maybe not the same one. I feel like this project, like, I feel like it would kind of just be the same thing again, trying to do it in 8th grade. I feel like it would be too much of the same.
Yeah.
What made it stressful?
Just getting the SIM card out was really stressful. And then getting pictures of everybody near the end, I was kind of like, oh yeah, we got like 12 days to do this. Let's get pictures of everybody.
And then, like, we took pictures throughout the whole year, and kind of, her job was kind of more designing the PowerPoint and everything. My job was more taking all the pictures. So, you know, we both kind of took pictures and stuff, and I took pictures throughout the whole year, and then finding the SIM card took us, like, pretty much the whole project until we...
Like you lost it? Is that
No,
No.
we just couldn't find
We
it.
couldn't find it,
We
like,
couldn't
on the
find it in the
camera.
camera.
And
Oh.
it ended up being next to the battery, and I felt it was a moment of regret for me, because we took so long to find something that I kept charging.
Did you
Yes.
like ask anyone where the SIM card is, or did you decide to
We
like,
did ask.
I'm gonna find it?
Yeah.
We did ask if we
We did ask.
and they couldn't find it either. So we just
It was honestly crazy. Colton.
Did
you like use YouTube or something?
No, we didn't
No.
use YouTube, because we didn't know the camera, so. It's hard. We didn't know where it was.
I think your project is really good, but so you guys did the 7th grade class and just did photos of all like the classes, like.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, plus. Yeah. Yep.
I'm really excited to see how it turned out.
I know, I'm very excited
Yeah.
to see it too.
It's 6 minutes, so.
It should be on the SGS website in the next week, hopefully.
Give me a deadline, I just finished this.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Does anybody at home have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, after taking all these pictures, are there any themes that stuck out from the year or insights you had?
So these were, I don't know.
I mean, if we're talking about themes, I don't think there was a theme. I just think it was kind of like just a bunch of pictures of people, having a good time. I don't think there was exactly a theme.
A theme was happiness, there were no tears in this.
That's a good thing.
Yes, no
That's
tears.
a really good thing for this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Colton.
Sorry, didn't you guys start out with the idea of reality TV?
Yeah.
No, so, oh my gosh, this process.
Mrs. N thought it would be too harsh to have a reality TV.
No, so this project, it started off as us trying to make a TV show out of the class, and then I went into a meeting with Mrs. N, and then Mrs. N kind of conspired about the project, and we're like, this is gonna be way too hard, and probably will not work out or do well. So then I was like, wait a second, let's do a yearbook, and then Mrs. N is like, yes. So, really, Mrs. N suggested it, and I was like, I love it. And then I told Regan, and Regan's like, okay, we'll do that. I'll bet with
I
her.
really want to do the TV show,
No,
because our
Regan-
class is very dramatic. Would have worked out perfectly.
Regan
Especially that one time.
Regan was sold on that idea, but I convinced her
You
to do
would.
this, and it turned out so well.
Yes.
2 years ago.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess everybody should probably understand.
I want to make sure.
Oh my god.
Really?
It was,
Yeah. I should sign a contract with it.
Oh, that one, yeah.
So St. George's is getting new fiber optic cable, so next year this will be much quicker.
Oh, it worked. Well.
Is that the presentation?
Yeah.
Think of the majesty of a tiger prowling in the jungle. This 300-pound cat weighs more than an NFL linebacker, but is graceful as a ballerina in the nutcracker. Then imagine no one ever seeing this again. There are over 10,000 endangered animals all over the world, and all of them could disappear in a matter of minutes. This is why I care about endangered animals. The first question was, what should I do? I thought through many ideas of my passions and things that I wanted to do, and in the end I decided on an idea that combined all my passions together, most of them together, and so I decided to research endangered animals, make water floats of them, and make a blog and an Etsy shop. My first step was choosing what endangered animals to do. I thought for many ideas until in the end I decided to do a monarch butterfly, the green sea turtle, the chimpanzee, the palmer antelope, and the emperor penguin. I chose these endangered animals because some of them are more well known, so they'd help bring popularity to my Etsy shop. And others of them are less well known, so they would help more people know about them, so more people could care about them and help them. My next step is making a planning calendar. I made this to help me track all my steps and goals and deadlines for my project. It helped me a lot because then I didn't have to, whenever I was going to do it, I didn't have to worry about thinking what I need to do and when I need to do it. I could just look at my calendar and be there. The next thing I did was set up my blog. On my blog, I had 5 pages. On the first page, which you can see at the top, was a page with watercolors and research on them. My next page was a weekly blog page where on it I put a weekly post of what I did that week and how things were going with the geospatial project. My next page is an about page where I showed what my project was about, what my goals were, who I was. My next page was an Etsy shop page where I put the link to my Etsy shop and I showed all my items and what they cost. My last page was a ways you could help page, which showed ways you could help with money and ways you could help without money, so you could just do everything daily. It's the bottom left. My next thing was making my watercolors. I made sure to do them over a couple of months, and I did them on a day where I didn't have school that week, so I could spend the whole day doing it and take pauses if I needed to dry or something. They took an average about 2 to 3 hours each, so I had some problems with it. It helped me learn because I hadn't done that many watercolors before. I'd normally done acrylic paint and artist, that type of stuff. So I learned more about shadows and watercoloring and highlights and how to blend. Next thing I did was set up an Etsy shop, of which I put things like cards, bookmarks, sticky notes, and many more, which I ordered in Shutterfly. This is how you get to it. You save endangered animals. And then here are my listings, which you see, and then I also had a little bit of my reviews and my workspace, and I also have a video of me doing my Emperor Penguin. The next thing I learned was how to do business. I have not done much business in my life, so this was an interesting and new experience for me. My dad helped me a lot with this part. The first thing I learned was how to use Excel. I have used it a little bit before, but I learned how to use it a lot better because of this project. It helped me easily track my expenses and revenue without having to do all the math and calculate all the formulas for me. Next thing I learned was to make money. You have to buy things and you need to be risky. I do appreciate this because I don't really like being that risky with money stuff, so it was hard for me, but I got better during the end. The last thing I learned in business was that you need to rebuy things. This was hard for me also because I didn't want to have leftovers and no one else wanted to buy that. Some more things I learned were some really cool facts about endangered animals. You can see those on my blog. One cool fact I learned was that prong animals' eyes can see 320 degrees around without moving their head. Another thing I learned was that business is not for me except accounting. I enjoyed the accounting part, but the rest of it I did not enjoy that much. I especially did not enjoy advertising. I would have even had the opportunity put to me in a silver platter. I didn't really like asking people to buy my things. It just felt weird and awkward to me. Overall, I earned $165, and I hope to earn more. I hope because of this, you care more about endangered animals. Besides buying things in my Etsy shop, you can help endangered animals by living more environmentally friendly. I hope that we can work together to help our children and grandchildren see the majesty of a tiger prowling in the woods. Thank you.
I love your PowerPoint. I think you did a wonderful job. It looks gorgeous. And I was wondering if we wanted to buy stuff from your Etsy shop, will you put the link in the chat for us?
That I was planning to do that.
Okay, so we can look at that.
And
thank you.
If you want to see, here's some of my original watercolors. Here's the chimpanzee and the emperor penguin and the pronghorn antelope. This one I did more acrylic instead of just doing watercolor. And here's the large butterfly and the green sea turtle.
Esther, how did you how did you make your prints? Like, how did you turn those into
Oh, Belle?
bookmarks? Sorry.
So what I took a picture of them with my mom's phone, because that's some fine quality pictures, and then I would shape, like, I'd choose my item, and actually, like, for my cards, I'd choose, if I was making up and down card, I'd try to use one of my more cards, and then I'd just put it on, I do it on Shutterfly, which helps just put a photo on it, and then you can just put it, and some of them I zoomed in more in, like, just the face or something, if it wasn't enough room. And I didn't print all of them, but a couple other things were, like, I had some everything thank you cards, and some modern butterfly cards, and these cards that are more bigger, they showed information so that more people could learn about them if they bought the cards. And I also had some post notes and bookmarks of other.
Very cool. I think you could be an artist as well.
So, like, what was your most bought item?
My most bought item was probably the green sea turtle cards. I don't like those. Regan?
I really love your project and the pictures.
Thank you.
And look at the wrapping you get when you get personalized wrapping. Fantastic. Bella, I do have a question for you though. You talked about risk taking and what, like, the business aspects. Could you elaborate on that a little bit more? Like, what risks did you feel like you were taking? How did you get over that?
Well, it was when I bought things, I didn't know how much to buy, and when to do that, it was a little risky. Also, I went into the negative sometimes, like when I bought stuff, I'd be risky because I didn't know if you buy it, I might stay there because I might not make as much money as I wanted to. So that was the risky part of it. And I got better at it because once I did it once, because my dad had done that, I saw that still more people bought it, and I did make more money because of it. It's helped me start doing it more.
Sure. And your email that you sent out to the staff is so well written and put together, so organized. I think you probably saw gains just by reaching out to people.
Yeah, I sent a lot of emails, and I went to some people in person too.
Well, congratulations.
So this is the demo of Sophie says, Samuel, Junior Sarah presentation. C'est any, je l'ai appris le nom français. Does anyone want to guess what I just said? Sarah.
My name is Sophie says.
That's kind of hard to guess. Anyone else? Kaden?
I learned how to speak French.
That's the other part, yeah. And then.
This is my start part.
Yes, so to recap, I said, hello, my name is Sophie Sims. This is my junior start presentation. This year, I learned how to speak French. So the first few months of my journey, I purchased Duolingo Plus. This was really helpful because then I had access to basically the whole app. So I got to do a lot of pronunciation. They had lessons where you could like speak into your phone and say a word and then you would tell you to say it correctly. And I found that really helpful. Also got to learn a lot of basic vocab, like greetings, people, and travel, which was really helpful and I got to go through it faster with the Plus. I also watched some YouTube videos on good ways to learn a language, like watching old Disney movies in French, or listening to music in French and looking at the lyrics. And I practiced every other day. Sometimes I would get too busy and there would be bigger time gaps, but for the most part, I stayed on track. My journey part 2, for the last few months, I purchased this beginner French workbook. It took a really long time to arrive, and that's when I lost some of my motivation. I still did some Duolingo lessons, but I just wasn't as motivated, and I wasn't on the schedule, which I found so it was kind of hard to be motivated. When the French workbook finally arrived, I regained some motivation. It was still harder to get back on the schedule. But then I started working with my mom, and I got to chapter 8 and learned a lot of vocab basics. Some of them I already learned on Duolingo, but there were still a lot of new numbers I learned, like the alphabet and numbers. And I worked with my mom in time, and I was able to ask her questions and work on pronunciation. My motivation, I was very motivated at the beginning. I had a big interest in the French culture and the language. I have fun working with my mom since she took French courses for 5 years and also went to France, so she was able to use the language. I lost some motivation in the middle of the project's course. The workbook took a while to arrive, and I was really busy with extracurriculars like volleyball and lots of homework. I got back on track once my workbook arrived. It took around 4 to 6 months or 4 to 6 weeks for it to arrive. I would still like to pursue this project over the summer, but more for fun and not as serious. Learning on creating a schedule was probably one of the big lessons I learned. It helped me set time away for studying, so I wouldn't have everything overlapping. And it gave me more motivation. Like when the workbook hadn't arrived, I didn't create a schedule, and that's why I think I fell off the rail a little more. What I would do differently is I would have ordered a different French workbook that would have arrived earlier than this one that I would have did. And how I use this in the future for creating a schedule is really good for schoolwork, studying. Original objectives, I met the majority of them. I learned a lot of French vocab and tried my best, and I got Duolingo Plus and the workbook. I never got a French tutor or mentor to help due to COVID. It's just kind of hard to find someone in Spokane who's willing to meet up. But I ended up working with my mom a lot, and she ended up being my mentor, and she was so very helpful with pronunciation and teaching me about the accents and the nasal noises. What kept me from achieving my goals was being very busy. After volleyball ended, I had more time to practice. My successes, I had so much fun and also learned a lot with my mom over the course of this project, which was really important to me. I learned a lot of French basics, like introducing myself. I completed Duolingo French Unit 1, and I completed 8 workbook chapters with my mentor. I learned the importance of creating schedules and writing them down, and I tried my best. Merci.
What was like the coolest word you learned? And did you like learn just vocab, or did you learn how to say sentences like sentences?
So I learned a lot of the sentences like introducing yourself. The coolest word. I don't know, I always kind of mixed up Elise and Gautier. Elise is suitcase and Gautier is car, but I think they're kind of words, so. Thank you.
Well, hang on, let's see. So do you plan ever on traveling anywhere that you could actually use your French?
I would like to. I haven't seen Eiffel Tower in the Louvre before, so it'd be cool to go there.
Did you like learn about French culture through the project, or is it mostly just learning the language and not the culture?
I wanted to know more about the French culture. I didn't really end up doing that, so if I were to continue, that's probably something I'd like to do. So.
What other language do you speak, Sophie? What do you take your school?
Spanish. So there's some similarities between the languages, so I found that made it a little easier.
Nice. Do any of our parents at home have a question? All right, great job, Sophie. Did I pick the right one?
Yeah, I did.
So my name is Andrew, and I learned the guitar for my GHR project this year. I chose for guitar, like, well, my original motivation was that I had a lot of spare time on my hands since I wasn't doing a sport this year because of COVID, and I had a lot of spare time, so I decided to enhance that spare time and learn to play another instrument. I also when I used to live back in Seattle, I used to play the cello, and I also hope that in the future I need a good campfire guitarist.
And my dad was specific
basically trying to learn every Jimmy Buffett song, which I had a strong objection to. My challenges and goals. My goal is to learn guitar with help from the instructor once a week and daily practice for 15 to 20 minutes. My main challenge with the project was being able to set aside time to practice. My biggest overall challenge was when 2 weeks out of Jimmy Star project, I got COVID, so I had to do online lessons, and it's not easy, trust me. And I mostly accomplished the goal of the practice, but there were some times where I had to skip it because I had stuff I needed to do, or I just simply forgot. I'm going to continue this project in the future. So, on the guitar there are 6 strings. There's low E, A, D, G, B, and high E. And these spaces on these silver-like lines are called frets. And there were some easy songs, and I thought that's what I wanted at the beginning. And yeah, so there's Smoke on the Water by a band called Deep Purple, and then there's a song called 7 Nation Army by the White Stripes. There are many types of guitars. This is an acoustic guitar. It has 6 steel strings. You can also get an acoustic guitar with nylon strings, but those are a little bit harder on your fingers. Classical and flamenco style, it's a bit bigger than a normal guitar, and you can only find it in steel strings. Bass is a separate instrument, but it's like it looks like a guitar. And it has 4 strings, E, A, D, and G. And then the electric guitar, it is an electric version of the acoustic guitar, but with the same strings. So I will present a song. I forgot to put Smoke on the Water at the beginning of my presentation. But I'm going to play Sweden. It's the theme song from Minecraft. And then I'm going to play a song that's called Sound Storms from The Legend of Zelda, the game series on Nintendo Switch. I'll start out with Sweden. So yeah, that's just basically the first verse of it. First verse of Song of Storms. So yeah,
There's Smoke on the Water since we didn't get to hear it.
Sure, I can play it real quickly. Alright. It's only like a few minutes. It's like a few seconds. It's not very long. Nice, I love that. I played the one with the chord, which is multiple strings at a time. When I first learned this song, I played it on 1 string, but this one sounds way cooler.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So the gear I'm using, this is the guitar I'm using. It's a Nashville Guitar Works. It's a full size. And I'm using normal and medium flex picks. And when I started doing lessons, I was using a loader guitar from a place I'm taking lessons called Music Plus. My process to learn guitar was pretty simple. I got a guitar from Mark's Guitar Shop here in Spokane. I started doing lessons every Tuesday. And And as I got more into it, I started learning more challenging songs with chords and that kind of stuff in it. I also learned to open chords and open string notes. And I found online videos of step-by-step instructions on how to play more challenging songs. Acknowledgements. I'd like to thank Tyler Colton. He's my guitar teacher. And also, I'd like to thank my parents for paying for my lessons and my guitar. I'd like to thank the staff at Music Plus for helping me on my journey to learn guitar. And I'd like to thank Mr. Kirsch for giving me feedback on all my projects and all my rough drafts. Any questions?
So, first off, I did guitar last year, 2 years ago for my team summer, and there's no way I would have gotten up in front of anybody and actually played it. So, for one, I'm very impressed that you were willing to do that.
And my parents insisted on it.
I heard Smoke on the Water. I didn't know the other two songs, but I heard Smoke on the Water there. So, like, for someone who's never played an instrument to stand up there and I can actually hear what you're trying to play, that's pretty fantastic. That being said, I do have a question. Yes. Your learning process or how you manage your time. So you said you went to lessons on Tuesdays?
Tuesdays, yes.
Yeah, and I walked in a little bit late to your presentation. So how often do you practice besides Tuesday lessons?
Well, I try to practice every day. I don't really practice on Tuesdays because I have a lesson that day. And since we usually go up to our lake cabin on the weekends, we don't really have room in our car to bring it up there. So I usually leave it at home on the weekends. But if we're just out here in Spokane on the weekends, then I usually practice for maybe 15-20 minutes each day.
How were you able to manage that on your own, from the standpoint of these were times that you set for yourself? Were you able to meet your goals, and how were you able to do that?
Yeah, definitely took a lot of responsibility. There were times when my mom's like, okay, you gotta go practice guitar, then you get up here and load the dishwasher. And and there were some times I had a lot of homework and I just had to skip practicing. So but most of the times I was able to at least get at least 10 minutes of practice.
Good for you.
Awesome. Any other questions? Oh, Bella, do you have a question here? No. All right.
Andrew, awesome job.
Yeah. Does any parents at home have a question? All right, great job, Andrew. All right, good job, everyone. Thank you, everyone at home, for joining us.